Hello, my little story explorers! Are you ready for an amazing adventure? Today, we're going to hear the story of Braille. It's all about how you can read with your fingers.
Oh, look at this little guy. He looks so happy reading his book, doesn't he? He just loves getting lost in all those amazing stories.
So what about you? Do you love stories? I bet you do. I mean, who doesn't love stories about magical castles and brave heroes and all that fun stuff? They're the best! You know, when we read a book, our eyes just dance across the page. We see all the bright colors and follow the words that make up the story. But just imagine for a second, what if you couldn't see the pages? How would you ever get to read all those wonderful stories? That's a really big question, isn't it? Well, we're about to find out how one very special boy figured it all out. Okay, so our story starts with a boy, a very, very clever boy named Louis. A long, long time ago, way over in a country called France, there was this little boy, Louis Braille. And when he was just a tiny 3-year-old, his favorite thing to do was play in his papa's workshop. So Louis really loved playing with all the tools there. But one day, something sad happened. A pointy tool slipped and, ouch, it hurt his eye. And that little accident, well, it got worse. And pretty soon, poor Louis couldn't see anything at all. Everything just went dark for him. But you know what? Louis was a super brave boy. And he was about to have a brand new, brilliant idea. When Louis got a bit older, around 10 years old, he went to a very special school. It was a school just for children who couldn't see, like him. And guess what? He absolutely loved learning new things there. One day at school, he learned about something really cool called night writing. It was like a secret code. Soldiers used it to read messages when it was totally dark, just by feeling little bumps on a piece of paper. Now, this night writing was actually pretty hard to use. It was kind of complicated, but for Louis, ping, a little light bulb went on right over his head. He thought, wait a minute, what if I could read with my fingers too? And what if I made it way, way easier? And that is exactly what he did. He came up with a whole new way to read with your fingers. He called his amazing invention Braille. So, what is Braille? Well, it's a special alphabet made of little bumps. You can think of them like teeny tiny little hills on the paper. And because of Braille, people who couldn't see could suddenly read entire books. They could enjoy stories and learn all sorts of new things just by feeling the pages with their fingertips. So, how does it work? It's actually so smart. See, it uses these little raised dots, and every letter, like A, B, or C, has its own special group of dots. All you have to do is feel the letters with your fingers. How amazing is that? And, you know, Louis' invention wasn't just clever. It was a gift. A gift for the whole world. Just think about that for a second. A boy who couldn't see taught the entire world a new way to see. He showed everyone that seeing isn't just about using your eyes. It's really true. Louis gave the gift of reading to everyone. It didn't matter if they could see or not. Now everyone could enjoy a good story. Okay, now for the super fun part. Are you ready to try it yourself? Let's feel the story, just like Louis. We are going to make our very own bumpy pictures. Don't worry, it's really easy and it is so much fun. Okay, want to give it a try? First, you'll need a piece of paper. And it's probably a good idea to ask a grown-up for a little help. Now grab a pencil, but we're going to use the back of it, not the sharp part, okay? Press down nice and hard and make a shape. Maybe a circle or a heart? Got it? Okay, now flip the paper over, close your eyes real tight, and feel around with your fingers. Can you feel your shape? You can, right? Wow, you're reading with your fingers, just like in our story. Louis Braille's story shows us that there are so many different ways to read and to share stories. And isn't sharing stories with our friends just one of the best things ever? So just remember, stories are for absolutely everyone. And that leaves me with one last big question for you to dream about. If you could read any story at all with your fingers, what story would you choose? Would it be about a silly monkey, or a magical unicorn, or maybe a big spaceship that goes to the moon? Wow, there are so many stories to choose from. Thanks for coming on this adventure with me today. Bye-bye.